Do you have to deal with something like this? I really hope you don't. Plumbing issues. There are so many broken pipes in this house. That happened because unfortunately the pipes froze. And I'm gonna tell you how this happened. Like this, I guess you could call this a story time of how I developed plumbing issues, which kind of led to some of this overall damage. I had my furnace go out a few years ago, and to replace the furnace, it was gonna cost like, I think like $4,000, and at that time I wasn't even working, so I didn't have $4,000. So I called around to get some estimates, and I finally found someone who was going to offer me a great deal. You know, he could get the furnace, refurbished furnace, used for like, I think $880. Let me back up a little bit. I have a person that I know who fixes houses and is in construction, but it's a long story because I already talked to him about doing some work here, and it wasn't positive conversation. But long story short, he was telling me the coils in the old furnace couldn't be repaired. So fast forward, I contact this other person who's going to give me this great deal, $880, and they'll get a used furnace, right? Okay, so he comes over, and he's coming over to get the money to go get the furnace. So I say to him, hey, I'd like to go along with you. And I mean, he just did this 180. Not the guy that I know. This is someone else. He did this 180 like, why do you need to come with me? I know, I'm the professional. I know what I'm doing. They don't let people go over to the, I guess, wholesale house or whatever. I said, I don't have a problem going in. I said, I can wait outside. And I mean, he got angry. So, needless to say, you know what that was. He was basically going to take my money and run. And because I told him, hey, can I come with you, so we can go over to the warehouse to pick up the furnace together? He was like, no, no, no. So my point here is, well, let me also fast forward too. Then I started calling around again. I called the person that I do know back, and unfortunately I couldn't afford the price he was offering. So long story short, I went through a whole winter with this house with no furnace. Actually, I think I had to go 2 winters. And you hear one now, and that was a blessing that I was able to get that one. But yeah, I went through 2 winters with this house with no furnace, and the temperatures, unfortunately, both years were like below 30. So can you imagine being up in a house with no heat, and then unfortunately your pipes now can't be warm? So unfortunately, as you see it, they had to cut that one because this is an older house, so these are like copper pipes in here mostly. I had some work done, but yeah, they basically was going to run off with my money, and I wasn't going to be scammed like that. But unfortunately, I couldn't find anybody that I could afford, and I had to go this long without it. So yeah, so my point to that is, if someone, a job, if you're on YouTube, someone with comments, they come to you with deception or ill will, they have ill intent, use your discernment if you can. And if you can't, listen to your gut. have you ever had situations where you just knew something was wrong, but you ignored it? And when you ignored it, sure enough, something happened that wasn't favorable. Well, that's what I learned. I learned to listen to my gut. Like right now, the issues with this plumbing, with this house, my gut tells me there's going to be restoration coming. I'm going to be able to find someone that I can trust, that I can have fix this house, and I will be able to afford to pay for it, or my money will become so abundant that I will be able to pay for it, not having to go to a bank and try to get financing, because that's right now not going to work. I could go into a long story about that, and believe me, I tried. Anyone wondering, I've tried everything to get financing. I've gone through programs, I've gone through the city of Detroit. There's just so much rigid qualifications, and some I have and some I don't. And then some are just being kind of sticklers. So just getting to the point, whatever issues, again, that you have, they're going to work themselves out. I know, like in my case, I have lost a little bit of hope because of all of this, but then after a while, I just started to just remember that there's way more reasons to be thankful. Just being thankful to have the mind to have discernment, to not get scammed that day, to have the mind to just keep pressing, and to know that if I find the right person, this will resolve itself, because I'll have that discernment to find the right person. It hasn't been easy. I have been struggling. So like if you're a contractor, just please contact Critical Repair Detroit at gmail.com. If this is your first time watching, thank you for joining us here and listening. If you like what I said, just comment down below. You're welcome to subscribe. I won't stop you. You have a great day. Critical Repair Detroit. You be blessed. Thank you.